everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm getting ready for my next drop on thriftedbyjenna.com, my personal website where I sell thrifted clothes, my personal and also clothes that I find at the thrift store that I want to resell. So I'm getting ready today for the next drop that happens in 2 days. So I really don't have much time, so I got a lot of work ahead of me these next 2 days. But to start with, I have all my clothes kind of over here, and I have a lot of them that I do want to rework, kind of thrift flip. So I'm going to be doing that first, but after that, I'm going to be taking photos, I'm going to be listing them on my website, I'm going to show you a little behind the scene of my website, we're going to be launching it, and then we're going to be shipping everything. I'm going to show you everything from start to finish on how I rework the clothes up until shipping them. So I'm excited to kind of show you this behind the scenes. I have never done this before, and a lot of people have asked like how I do this, what website I use, etc. So I'm going to show you everything. So I'm really excited to get started and show you how you can resell thrifted clothes. Of clothes here. I have like these denim jacket where I want to put this Harley Davidson kind of graphic on it. It has two, has one here and one here. So I'm going to be putting this graphic on a denim jacket, and then I'm going to be using the other one on a flannel. I think that's a really fun thrift flip that is, I haven't done before. I actually done it for a mystery box, but I haven't put it on my website. So I'm curious to see how that does on my website. This is the flannel that I found. I thought this was a really nice one. It's really, really soft and really good quality. So this one is perfect for that thrift flip. I also have a whole bunch of cardigans in kind of polo shirts. I have this polo that I think I might crop, I'm not sure. I have this one, a Tommy one, and then I also have these really cute pastels cardigan. They're a little long, so I think I'm gonna do a little thrift flip of making a bit shorter. I love this color and this color, so I definitely want to thrift flip these to make them a little bit more trendy because they're a little bit grandma-ish right now. So we're gonna fix those. I also have this beautiful vintage dress here, and one of the straps is coming a little loose, so I'm gonna sew this and fix the strap. It's super, super simple, so you can just see it is just coming apart a little bit, but easy to fix. Everything else about this dress is absolutely amazing, so I'm excited to fix this one. I also have like some denim tops that I'm thinking I might put some patches on to kind of spice it up. I'm not really sure, but I just brought all these clothes in that are kind of somewhat pretty simple, and I'm just gonna spice them up a little bit and give them a little bit extra flair, kind of more to my style. I'm going to be thrift flipping these two cardigans. I know they don't really look like much, they're just basic cardigans, but the reason why I chose these is because I see a lot of potential in them. Not necessarily are they a finished product right now, they need a little work, but I know they can be something really, really cute. So for this one, I love the color, I love the short sleeve, I love the buttons, everything about it. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is the length. The length is a little long for me, so I'm thinking I want to crop it about this length right at the line here. So I think if I go that length, it'll be really cute. And then for this one, same thing. I love the buttons. I love just like the cardigan style. I love the color. The only thing I'm not a fan of is the length. Again, I know a lot of people are looking for like cropped cardigans, and you can't necessarily just crop it with scissors. You gotta sew it because of this knit material. So that is what I'm gonna do. And then I'm also gonna just take all the frills off. It is a little bit pilling. It is pilling a little bit, so I'm gonna fix that before I list it and sell it. So it doesn't look like much, but I think I can turn it into something pretty cool. And finally, my last thrift flip, and this one's really easy. It's no sew at all, but I'm gonna be putting some patches on these two tops here. I have some butterfly ones. I have some other colors too, but I really like these orange and yellow ones for this particular one. I think I'll just probably put one right here in the center. I think that'd be really, really cute. So I think I'm just gonna put one on this sweater. And then for this denim top here, I have some blue butterflies. I think that will look better on this one. And I think I'm just gonna scatter a couple just like on like the pocket here, maybe one here, and then maybe one more on the other side, something like that. A few on this one, just because I feel like that will spice the shirt up a bit. How the two tops turned out. I absolutely love them. They are so cute. For this one, I ended up putting 3 butterfly patches kind of coming out of the pocket and over top of the pocket. I thought that was kind of cool. But this one is just like a basic one. It just has the butterfly in the center here, and I just like how simple it is. So now that I have everything done, I have all my items ready to be photographed now. The next step is taking all the photos. That being said, it is like 100 degrees in my place right now, and I really don't feel like trying on jackets. Now that I've done all this and looking at all the denim jacket and pants, I just don't even know if I could get into them, to be honest, and I do not want to sweat on all this product. So I'm gonna have to take a rain check, and I'm gonna do this in the morning. Yeah, I'm gonna take all the photos in the morning. I think it's supposed to be cloudy tomorrow, and it's not gonna be as hot, so yeah, I'm gonna do it in the morning. So I'll see you in a minute. So I think I'm ready to start taking my photos for the drop now. I am in my living room. This is where I take photos for my drop. I do not have like a separate studio. I only have a 2-bedroom condo. So I only have one room for my office and then obviously our bedroom. So I do not have a space that actually, you know, is a design studio for actual photos. So I have to make do with what I got. So here I am in my dining room / living room, and behind me, this is like the biggest white wall that I have in my place. So this is where I like to take my photos, right here. And then this room is also the best for natural light. To the left of me, there's 3 windows which produce amazing light. They're actually floor to ceiling windows, so they actually bring a lot of light in here. It gets so bright in here, so it's amazing. So this is where I like to take my photos. I like to sprawl all of my clothes all over like my countertops, almost in my kitchen. So it does get quite messy in here, and it doesn't like look the best if you're like looking from like a studio perspective, but it does the job. That's all you really need, is just like a blank wall and some natural light. You don't need anything else. I don't have any lights, nothing. This is all I use, and you know, I feel like my photos turn out pretty good. But I'm gonna get started because it's probably gonna take me 2 hours to take all these photos. I also have jeans on right now for the photos, so it is gonna get toasty in here. So I gotta get this done quick before it's like a sauna in here. So I quickly just wanted to show you my setup before we got started. So for my photos, I just have my iPhone on a tripod, and then I screen it onto my TV so I can see where I'm standing in the frame to make sure that my poses are good, and then also I'm not like way off to the side. So I like doing that. You don't have to. And then for taking the photos, I have this little remote that I purchased on Amazon. It was probably like a few dollars, so it's a really good investment to purchase one of these if you're gonna be taking photos yourself. It just connects by Bluetooth, so it should connect to pretty much any phone.
So now that I have all the photos done, next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit them in Lightroom. Lightroom is an Adobe software. I have the whole Adobe Creative Cloud, so I'm just gonna show you through Lightroom just because I have presets already in Lightroom that I use for all these drops that I made. So I'm just gonna show you step by step on how I edit my photos, just because the iPhone photos, they're really good, but the only thing is I find the color sometimes isn't like 100% accurate, so I like to edit them just a little bit so the color is just a little more accurate to the actual garment. So I'm gonna show you that. I need to get all the photos onto my computer first, so I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna show you how I edit them. Okay, so everything is uploaded now. I have them all in the folder, so what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna upload them into Lightroom, and then I'm gonna start editing them. Okay, so you can see here, this is the edited photo. It doesn't look much different, say, from this photo, but you can see it just is a little bit different. It's just slightly different. I just like it. I also add a little bit of grain to it. Just, I don't know, it gives it a little bit of just, I don't know, vintage vibe to it, I wanna say. But you can see the coloring is just a tad bit more vibrant, which is more vibrant in the hoodie than this one. And I just like the overall feel of it, so I'm gonna edit all of them just like this one. I don't know if I edited the preset I already had already, but usually I just go into my presets here, and I have a ton. I have a ton in here, but I go into my personal ones, and then I have this Thrifted by Jenna one that I've used, but this one looks a little bit too like blue for me, so I like using the sweatsuit one. So usually I use my sweatsuit one where I've made these sweatsuits before, and this was the filter I used to edit them, so I've been using sweatsuit. I also have like a warmer version of it, so I've been using that, and then I just slightly changed it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this sweatsuit filter on all of them. So everything is exported now. I exported everything into a new folder just to keep everything organized. But before we get into listing each item, I want to just talk quickly about my website. So personally, I have my own website, and I have it through Shopify. I absolutely love Shopify. It's been amazing, you know, since like I've started this website about 8 months ago. 100% recommend. But the only thing is I do recommend before having your own website is trying out selling secondhand on a different website like Depop, Poshmark, Etsy if you're selling vintage, or eBay. Those ones are great. There's also other ones out there. Those are just 4 that I personally have been on and used before, so I can recommend them. They're not sponsored. I'm just giving my own personal opinion, and the reason why I say to use like one of those websites first is because if you have your own website, you have to drive 100% of the traffic, and if you don't have an audience and you're starting it for the first time, how are you gonna get people to the website? You know, you're gonna have an Instagram that you're gonna drive people, I don't know, like it's really difficult. So that's why I always recommend just going to one of those other platforms where you can resell items on. It's just way easier because they will drive the traffic for you. So 100% recommend trying it out first before you dive in and get your own website, just because websites are expensive too. Like you have to pay a monthly fee. You also pay fees every time you sell something. But if you go to like say Etsy, you just pay a fee every time you sell. You do not pay any monthly fees, and it's a really good way to actually just start up your business if you're wanting to resell. So those are my recommendations about a website. But now let's get into listing all my items, because it is kind of boring. So I'm just gonna go over it very quickly and just make it super quick and sweet. So I have my listing all done and ready. I'm just gonna show you the back end and what I put in each listing, how I do it, just show you a little quick sneak peek because this stuff is boring, so I don't really want to go too far into it. So the item that I have here is this yellow cardigan right here. Is one that I reworked. So for the title, I put reworked yellow cardigan. And then I put the description saying it's a pastel yellow knit cardigan. And then I also say it was reworked and how it was reworked, it was made shorter. I also put the size that is on the tag, and then I also actually measure it, the length and the width. So that is what I do, just because a woman's large can be like any size, like it's different per brand. And then I put my size, so I have reference for the photos of what it looks like on me. And then I also have a little disclaimer saying all the items are secondhand. As for photos, I like to have a lot of photos, or at least 3 photos per item. I like to have the main one that shows the item the best, and then I just like to have various poses of it so people just know what it looks like. And then I have my price. I don't really have a great pricing thing. I just kind of go with the flow for pricing. I don't really have like a formula or anything to share. And then for my shipping, I just do flat rate for US, Canada, and then international. I don't go super crazy just because I ship with multiple carriers. I ship with USPS, Canada Post, and then also I think it's Sendia, I'm not really sure how you pronounce it, but another international carrier. So I have multiple, so I just don't even want to, you know, mess around and try to figure out how each item, and I don't want to weigh them all. So I just do flat rate. It's just easier. I make some money on shipping, then I also lose money on shipping depending on what I'm selling, but I don't really care. I just don't want to deal with shipping because it's not very fun. But that is it. I'm gonna finish listing all these. It's gonna take me a while, but I will show you how it looks after I'm done. So I finally finished the site now. Everything is good to go. I'm gonna show you right here. Here are all the items. All the items are up to date with the description, pricing, everything. The only thing is they cannot buy them until 3 p.m. tomorrow. So they can look at them, they can click on them, they can see, you know, prices, sizing, so they can decide what they want, and then they can also reach out to me if they have any more questions. But until tomorrow, no one can purchase this. And this is my favorite way of doing it, just because it gives everyone a fair, you know, chance of getting the items. They can look at it, they can figure what they want, and not feel rushed when they're going to purchase it. So I'm just gonna be waiting until tomorrow, till the launch tomorrow. I'm excited. So let's fast forward to the launch tomorrow. So I'm ready to start shipping now. I got some clothes that I need to ship out today. I brought over some poly mailers, this size and this size. I have 2 different sizes here. I probably could use a 3rd size just because this bag is ginormous. So I probably could use one in between, but this is all I have for right now. I like to ship everything in poly mailers if it is clothes, just because it is cheaper to ship in and it's just more flexible. So majority of my clothes fit in these. But if obviously I just ship a large amount of clothes that I put in a box, or if I'm shipping like shoes or something fragile, then I also put it in a box. But majority of my stuff goes in these poly mailers. But before I put everything into poly mailers, I do like to use like my lint roller and get off, you know, extra lint or just hair or just anything that can get onto these clothes, just because they are secondhand. I'm using my own personal washing machine. So like say my dog's hair by accident could have gotten on a piece of clothes. So I like to get it off even though everything is washed. I do like to take my lint roller and just make sure it is nice and clean for the people who are buying my items. And then after I get them all clean, I put in a little thank you note. I just have these business cards and then they're blank on the back, but I wrote, you know, a little thank you on each one. So this is what I use just for my little thank you note. I don't like to add a ton of stuff to my packaging just because I'm trying to not create more waste. So all I use is a poly mailer and then a little tiny business card that they can recycle after, and that is it. That is all I use for my packaging. So I'm gonna get started shipping all these items. I have them all on my phone right now for the orders, and then after I'm done packaging them, I'm gonna go over to my printer and print all the labels. Sorry, Lisa. This looks terrible. I swear this is not my first time packaging. I just like sometimes really, really terrible at packaging. Let's go ship. Okay, I'm ready to go ship. Oh, almost knocked my hat off. Woo, baby! Oh, Benson, you gonna come ship with me? is it for my whole routine on how I do my drops, how I do my shipping, how I just do my online stuff for like reselling thrifted clothes. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video and it gave you a little insight of like how it works to resell clothes online. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below and I'll try to get back to them. But that is it. That is it. Now I'm ready to do this all over again and again and again. Just repeat the process. That's all I gotta do for this online selling thing. So that is it. So I want to say thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.